Alright, I'll be the first one to admit that I'm not an ASMR artist. I'm a gun tuber. I've watched ASMR for a long time. It helps me go to sleep sometimes when my brain just won't shut off. Never experienced the whole tingles thing, but I have been, it's helped me fall asleep, so I really do like ASMR. I never done a video like this, so that's probably why it's so terrible. And I'm using a lapel mic, so the quality is probably pretty awful. But I've been doing YouTube videos for over a decade now, and I kind of wanted to change it up. There was a YouTube channel called Armed ASMR that we were going to collab for some videos, and I actually was going to use the Hudson H9 in that video. But he ended up deleting his channel, deleting all the videos, and then later on he came back, but only to remake his channel, upload like 1/16 of the videos. Like, I think he has like 17 videos or something like that he uploaded, old videos, and a lot of the classics that really helped me go to sleep were lost. So his channel looks dead. It's at like 81 subscribers and he doesn't do anything. So that kind of makes me sad because he made some really relaxing videos. But we were gonna collab and it just never happened. So I don't know what made me think of it, but recently I was like, you know what? I've never seen anybody do an ASMR video with the Hudson H9. The Hudson H9 comes in this awesome packaging. And I'm going to tap on it a little bit. So, since it's a lapel mic, it's not centered right here like other ASMR artists. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down and then I'll just tap around it. And maybe you'll hear me whispering in the background. If you don't, I did that on purpose, and this is unintelligible. But I'm sure you can hear me. Hopefully that didn't sound horrible. Let's make more of those scraping noises that sound horrible. Put you right there. Gently. Hopefully. So, Hudson came out with this pistol, and I fell in love with it immediately. It's kind of like, I'm sorry there's traffic behind my apartment, but hopefully it's not too terrible. But Hudson came out with these, and they're kind of like a 1911 infused with a striker-fired pistol. But that's not all they had going for them. They look kind of, I don't know, a little goofy. I think they look awesome. They came in this packaging now. This isn't pristine. It came with this. The lid is supposed to be glued up here, but it's not. And then there's a magnet in here that holds the lid. Oh my god. Well, there's your brass noises. Oh my god. This is very amateurish. I lost my train of thought, but yeah, there's a magnet in here that holds it closed. Of course, I have stuff on my desk that's making noises. All on purpose, I assure you. scratching noises. Some people like them. Man, this gives me respect for the ASMR artist because it's hard to hold this thing and tap. And it's a very predictable pattern. And hopefully that scraping noise against my desk isn't too terrible. Oh my god. This is... But I noticed when I bought this gun, I would find myself doing this because I like the sounds. This is definitely the weirdest thing I've ever done. When you're not an ASMR artist and you do this for the first time, it feels a little weird. I wonder if others have felt this feeling. All right, let's take the gun out. I'm just gonna hold on to the mic. And there is the Hudson H9. So what's really cool about this is, so if you are a gun person, you'll know that it looks like a combination of a couple guns. If you're not, there's a gun called the 1911 that if I would have thought of it, I would have pulled my 1911 out, which I'm looking at right now, but it's across the room. But it's like a combination of a 1911 and a Glock. You know what? Hold on. I'll just do a jump. It's gonna look horrible. I know. Maybe I cut it, maybe I didn't. Alright, so here's my 1911. It's in a holster. And I was just thinking, you know, it probably makes good sounds too. So let's leather tapping sounds. So there is my 1911. So just imagine if you can see the grip angle is very similar to the Hudson. And the trigger pull is too, so it's got a straight pull trigger on it. And then it has the magazine capacity and the slide of a Glock. So take out the magazine. And of course, my camera's almost out of memory. Why does everything happen at once? Hold on, guys. Alright, I'm back. So, I messed with the levels a little bit, so hopefully it looks a little better on camera. But, yeah. So where were we? We'll move this leather case off and go back to the Hudson. So, the Hudson H9, it's like a combination of the 1911 with the grip. Man, I am having a hard time keeping things in frame. It's like a combination of the grip angle and the trigger with a striker fire slide and the capacity of a striker fire. So the 1911 holds 8 rounds. The Glock 17 holds 17. So this is a Glock magazine, and here is the Hudson H9. Feel the pain of ASM artist because it was really quiet right before I started filming, and now I hear every last noise. Everyone wants to drive by my house right now. You should have heard the box truck that drove by. I thought the thing was gonna fall apart. Sorry, with this desk, it's just hard to keep things in frame because back here, this is comfortable. Up here, this is not. I should have, I don't know, my setup is not meant for this. Now, a lot of ASMR artists don't try this, but I think cycling a gun is relaxing. Put you right there. If you own guns, you should figure out which ones you can and can't dry fire. There's also snapper caps. Honestly, it's a good rule of thumb to not dry fire unless you're got the right snapper caps in it, but I did for this video. There's checkering on the grip. So let's look at the rest of the packaging. Now that we have the gun thoroughly cleared, there is no ammunition in it. I know I kind of fixed the lighting because before that H, you could not, oh, there it is. But yeah, it's a little harsh for this setup. I'm more used to getting my settings for white screens, not this kind of angle. Still probably a really bright video for an ASMR video. Man, this is tricky at this angle. Okay. So here is the owner's manual. The lock that no gun owner ever really uses. So if there's a sound that actually sounded good, let me know. If you're actually still watching this, I'm impressed. But here's the inside. Now, as you can see, it came with 2 magazines. One of which this one, I've never put into the gun. I've never done anything with. So I'm going to take the magazine out of the gun and show you why. I think I'm actually getting a little better at this. So, if you can see, I'm going to zoom in with the camera. So you can see that there is scuffs and scratches that come with inserting the mag. Well, if you look at the one I've never used, that I can't even get out of the packaging, come on. So you can see it's brand new. It's never been used. That spring, I actually took the spring out of the original out of the original magazine and replaced it with a Glock mag spring. It works so much easier. Can you hear the difference? So yeah, so I kept 1 magazine. My lighting is so messed up that it's either too bright or too dark. But this is more of a test than anything. I try to keep a somewhat decent, quality control, but apparently it's off to the wind with this one. Wrong direction, Chris. But I've used 2 of the magazines. This one, the other one I've also used. And then we have a firing pin. And we're definitely going to zoom in. But before, So you could see, it's just a cool design firing pin. If you know anything about guns, you'll know they usually don't look like this. And my camera has a ghost because it just moved on its own. But this is a cool design. But the thing is, when the company went under, I bought a whole bunch of parts just in case anything were to break, and the firing pin is one. I also bought a whole bunch of other parts. So the problem with this gun is there's a couple parts that were made by a third company that I from what I read, it's been a while, this, I guess I can't really do that very well with one hand. So I'll just leave you zoomed in. This makes it a lot easier. So the company outsourced some of its parts, if I remember correctly. And the casting wasn't always great, so you had guns breaking parts. I actually had a part break. And Hudson had so many firearms back in the factory for service. And when they shut their doors, people were wondering if they would ever get their guns back. I still don't know if they ever did. But Hudson went under. They announced another model, so this one has a... Wow, I should zoom out and learn how to light this a little better. Whatever. So the Hudson has a steel frame, a steel slide, and they came out with a model that had an aluminum. And they announced it, that they were coming out, and I think some people stopped buying them, waiting for that model to come out, paired with the fact that this was a $1,200 gun that was having all these problems. People stopped buying them, and then they went under. Now, this is just what I remember. This is not supposed to be an educational video. But now, if you guys haven't asked in the comments already, the Hudson's claim to fame is this. Now you can see with a, of course I have it buried now, with a Glock, it's got the accessory rail, but it doesn't have this big chunk at the bottom of the frame. And that's because on the Hudson, it had a lowered guide rod and spring. So, oh man, this is not a good setup. So that's the guide rod and spring. If you notice, it's in line with the grip right here. It lowers the spring to below, lower, sorry, my brain's not working. It lowers the bore axis, it lowers the spring, and then makes it a flatter shooting gun. I'm sorry, I'm not explaining things. So, I have a PPK. Actually, no, I have a great gun to demonstrate that with. So this is a SIG PT26. And when you grab the gun, the barrel and action are above the grip, if you can see. So all this is above your grip. And so when the gun comes back, it's going to raise that muzzle. And when you get good with it, you can still hold it down, but it's going to have some muzzle flip. With a gun like this, your hand is so much further up. The barrel's right here, and then the spring's right here. So all that goes straight backwards. And this gun is the flattest shooting gun I've ever fired. People that are new to guns can really hold this thing on target really well. Whereas with a gun like the PT26, I've seen them like, whoa, whoa. I guess there's these sounds too, I don't know. If those are relaxing or not. I'm probably doing a terrible job at this. But the lower the borax is and the lower you have that spring, the more it will be a flat shooting gun. I'm on camera, so my brain is thinking like lighting and how everything looks. I'm already looking at my little viewing screen and telling you it looks bad. But we're gonna put the microphone into the actual box. Oh, I haven't made any sounds with the firing pin. I don't know if I'm doing a terrible job. This might be the only time I try this, but this pistol has definitely become one of my favorites. It feels great in the hands. It's got a great trigger pull on it. The accuracy was comparable to a $500 Glock, so that was a negative for me. And the price, and the fact that parts like the takedown lever, what else? There was a part that goes onto the guide rod that would crack, and that's what broke for me. I feel like this gun had the potential of being something really cool. It is something really cool. Just needed some quality parts put on it. But sadly, Hudson is no more. No, I don't like that sound. But I hope you guys tolerated my first ASMR video and probably my last. I just want to try new things with this channel, and I don't think I like the lighting already. And this is a rough cut. I'm not going to be going through this and checking it because it's going to feel so awkward listening to my own voice in an ASMR style video. I mean, like, I don't find me relaxing, but some people might. Maybe I'd sound more relaxing if I talk like this. I don't know. Sometimes when I get tired, I'll talk like this on the phone, and people say that it's really relaxing. Without even trying, I don't know. I just wish the lighting didn't look this bad. I could have taken down the lights a lot, because, with a relaxing video, you don't want to close your eyes and have half your room glowing. Which my videos are known for, because I like the bright white screen stuff. But yeah, I just thought I would try this as something new. Like, I don't know. I've always wanted to improve my channel and get different kind of content involved in it. I don't want it to be so predictable that you're like, don't watch it because you're bored or can predict everything about it, which it kind of has, honestly. You can kind of predict it a little bit. But then I throw them like this, and it throws you off. So if you watched this far into the video, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, or you like punishing yourself, whichever one it is. I don't know. But I really hope you like this, and if you guys think that I have any kind of talent, which I don't, but if you guys think I have a talent for this, I can always try to improve lighting next time and get different guns. I got a lot of interesting guns. Like, I got a World War II Bren that's semi-auto, I know, but it actually, I always thought it made really relaxing noises when you cycled it slowly and tapped around it. So I don't know, like, for me, the sounds of tapping on guns is unlike anything else. It's almost like a bobble a little bit. It might just be what it is that I like. And this gun is so smooth. I don't... Like, listen to how it locks back. It sounds like quality. And I think it's a quality made gun with some outsourcing parts that shouldn't have ever been outsourced. But I'm gonna go put this gun back, and I'm gonna go upload this video, and hopefully it's not too terrible. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. I'm going to keep trying to innovate and try to improve my channel wherever I can. So I hope you guys somewhat tolerated it. And by the way, before I forget, this gun actually makes good sounds. So, if you want to hear this in a future video.